Happy 4th of July to all you out there in baseball land. Big Al here, Fighting's final on the It's a Wrap Sports Network. Phillies lose it 9-6 on the 4th of July, Independence Day. Phillies got their weenies roasted. Mainly poor pitching. Really was the big story today, especially the start from Jesus Luzardo. Seems like has some good starts and then clunkers, and today was definitely one of those clunkers. Couldn't go very far into the game. It's two innings pitched. What are you gonna do with that? Not doesn't get it done in the bigs. They try to keep it alive, 9-6. I mean, offense was there, not when you needed. Runners in scoring position remained an issue for the Phillies, especially today. They were definitely outslugged, especially at key times for the Phillies. I mean, they're 500 for the Cincinnati Reds with 6 for 12 with runners in scoring position. The Phillies were a meager 3 out of 13. So, yeah, between that and bad pitching performance, it usually equals no bueno on a Phillies outing. So thank you for those who are joining me today. I'm sure a lot of you are either preparing or currently eating your hot dogs, your hamburgers, your barbecuing, your grilling, your smoking, which is a new thing I'm getting into. Is got my new smoker, starting to get into it. So let me know what you're doing today. Thank you for joining me because, lackluster game, maybe on a busy holiday. You don't want to talk too much Phillies, but I'll talk with you if that's what you want to do tonight. So, like I said, Phillies lose at 9-6, and the story today was Jesus Luzardo. Hopefully, this is a flush it kind of game for him, but not. I mean, the guy had some great games, but at the same time had some clunkers, some bad outings. I don't know what else you want to call them. 2 innings pitched, 6 hits, 6 runs, 5 of them earned, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, raising his ERA to 4.44. And it's a shame because he's had some really great games. If you take away two or three games, they were a little better. It would be much better for him. But today, not the day for him. I go through a lot of pitchers today. Both teams had to because their starting pitcher, Abbott, did not go more than 3.1 innings, 9 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned, with 2 strikeouts and 1 home run. That was, of course, Nick Castellanos, who made it 3-0, which made this game seem like, it was going to be a good afternoon for Phillies fans to sit back with a cold beer, a delicious hot dog, barbecue chicken, whatever it is you're going to do, and enjoy a Phillies victory. But that was not the case today. Like I said, Ross came in for 2.2 innings. He did admirable, I guess, if you want to call it that. He was 5 hits, 3 runs, but all 3 of them earned, a walk and a strikeout. Banks came in for 1 1/3 innings for 3 strikeouts, did a great job. Roberts came in. He walked the first hitter, but first hitter after that, 3 strikeouts in a row. In his inning, Romano came in, 1 inning. Lazar came in, 1 inning, only got 1 strikeout. Total pitching, not 11 hits. 11 hits they allowed today, 9 runs, 8 earned, 5 strikeouts, 12 strikeouts, 5 walks. Walks kind of will burn you a little bit, but the 12 strikeouts on the day. If I just told you that one little stat, you'd be like, hey, not a bad outing, Phillies. But now pitching, but that was it for him. I mean, between the 4 2/3 innings you got from Luzardo and Ross, 11 of those all 11 hits came between the 2 of them. 9 of the earned runs all became between the 2 of them, and all but 1 walk. And they only got 5 of the 12 strikeouts. So the first 2 pitching, I mean, I hate judging a guy have to come in when a guy's just not hitting. I mean, and this other thing is like JT Realmuto. There's even one point, if you're really paying attention to the telecast, that if you look over, I think it was when they probably lit up that 5th or 6th run. You look over, you could see JT from the catcher's position turn and do one of these, like get somebody moving, because that's what it was. But Philly or Cincinnati pitching 9 innings, 14 hits. I mean, had 14 hits tonight. 6 earned runs, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, and a home run from Nick Castellanos, as mentioned earlier. But 14 hits, you'd think, it's 3 more hits than they have. It's just the hits did not come as timely as you would hope. I mean, runners in scoring position was is a problem. If you watch this channel, Matty B keeps very close track of it. And certain days they're hot, and other days they're not. And this was a not. If they were actually hotter with runners in scoring position, Jesus Luzardo may have came out here with a little less egg on his face at the end of the game. But it's not what happened. Not today. Let's look at the scoring. Let's look at how the scoring went down, because, like I said, it really seemed like it was going to be a Phillies afternoon. In the first, sac fly from Alec Boehm, scored Trey Turner, made it 1-0. And then, of course, Nick Castellanos fly ball or center field home run where he scores him and Bryce 3-0. But that was it for a little while. Very odd throwing error from JT. I don't know if they could look at it, because part of it, I think the guy was in the path of the ball. So I don't know if they could review it, if that would have stand, but unfortunately it did. So that was a 3-1 Phillies, and then Ellie De La Cruz singles and scores Matt McLean. TJ, and then Matt McLean moves over to third. Austin Hayes, former Philly Austin Hayes, also had a not bad afternoon himself. Doubles, and De La Cruz scores. McLean scores, and De La Cruz moves to third, and it keeps going from there. Spencer Steer doubles, and Ellie De La Cruz scores, as well as Austin Hayes. So now we're up to 5-3. Afternoon starting to get a little, everybody's sweating a little extra. Marte hit a sac fly and scored. Spencer Steer finally gets that first out. There's that first out. 6-3. That they needed, and they were able to record 2 more outs after that, of course, and get out of that dismal top of the third, bottom of the third. It was kind of an interesting call. This is, if you go back and watch the video, this is where Nick Castellanos grounds into a force out, which should have looked like it was turning into a double play. And Alec Boehm got out at second. Bryce moved over to third while Kyle Schwarber scored. And it was just one of those plays that were just very too close to call. And if he was called out instead of safe, it would have probably stayed that way. But, I mean, it looked like the tips of his spikes were touching the bag as the ball was hitting the glove, almost tie goes the runner moment. I mean, if you had to probably really zoom in up on the video to clearly see that. But, I mean, the call could have went either way. I was waiting for them, honestly, to overturn it. To be honest with you, I thought that's what they were going to do, but they actually just had it stand. Like I said, first baseman's got his arm reached out. Nick Castellanos' spikes are just grazing the bag. He give him credit. He legged it out. He made it close enough for them to have to want to challenge it. Unfortunately, they lost their challenge, so the Phillies get one more back at 6-4. All right. Well, now they start chipping away, because it's now 7-4 at the top of the fourth after a single from Ellie De La Cruz. Santiago Espinal scores on that one. Then at the top of the fifth, they get another one that makes it 8-4 with another single from Willie Benson, scoring Tyler Stevenson scoring Spencer Steer, moving Tyler Stevenson to third. And then they chip away at another one on the fifth with force out, but allows Tyler Spencer to score, making it 9-4. Kyle Schwarber doubles. He's able to get it to 9-6 in the bottom of the sixth, and that would be all the scoring from either team after the sixth inning. So, of those 15 runs scored today, all of them came in 6 or less innings, or came into the bottom of the sixth. By then, the scoring stopped, and really, like I said, there was plenty of opportunities for the Phillies to tie and win this game. To be honest with you, had bases loaded moments, guys on the corners with 1 out or no outs, and just like we've said, dude, there's 2 things that really could kill a team: bad pitching, obviously, bats going cold. And the bats weren't cold per se. I mean, 6 runs is not a bad thing they have. And if Jesus Luzardo is having his normal kind of day, this is 6 innings more than enough to probably win this game. But it's not that way today, to be honest with you. And runners in scoring position 3 for 13. It's just it's abysmal. It's abysmal. That means you have 13 opportunities with a guy on second or third at every time, and you've only were able to capitalize 3 times. Imagine if they went 500. Just say they only needed 3 more, so they would have been 6 for 13. They would still have been less than 500 and able to at least tie the game up at the very least. They had their opportunities to salvage this game. 1 o'clock game on a Friday. They got an afternoon game tomorrow. Just not a great team win. The Luzardo and Ross combination for the first 4 innings really sucked the wind out of this game, and the team played like that. It's just very noticeable and unfortunate. For those who are wondering the rest of the games of this week, your host, of course, today is me. Tomorrow, Pat Bernard. And, of course, Sundays with Matty B. That's right. Smooth Sundays with Matty B. And, of course, that means Down on the Farm on Sundays, where he touches on a lot of the Iron Pigs, Blue Claws, the Fightins, all that. You can come check it out. Threshers, all the farm systems that you know. So check it out. On Sundays with Matty B. He does an amazing job with that. I mean, give the man credit. I mean, he does cover a lot of things. I'm actually heading out to a couple Iron Pigs games, and the Blue Claws are playing the Blue Rocks. So for those who live in the Philadelphia area, I'm in Delaware County, so I'm right there, not too far from the airport if you're not familiar with the area. The Wilmington Blue Rocks are not an affiliate of the Phillies, but they are, I think, Kansas City. I forget what they used to be. They've changed over the years. Let me see. Blue Rocks affiliate. Nationals. That's right. They're the Nationals now. That's right. They were the Royals at one point. Now they're the Nationals. So they play Blue Claws a lot. So if you want to see some guys who are coming up and you don't want to go too far, because for those who are not in the Philadelphia, Delaware County, South Jersey, Northern Delaware area, it's not easy to go out to, but they are playing the Blue Claws. And remember, they play like a series, like 3, 4, 5, 6 games in a row with those type of in minor leagues. So you could check them out. I know I'm going in August, mid-August. They have a series come by, so it's always a great time. Check it out. And you want the Blue Rocks most expensive tickets like $21. So check it out. I think Iron Pigs is like $17. So. Yeah, great way to check it out if you can't make it down to the CBP, or if you want to take the whole family and just don't want to break the bank. You spend enough over the summer trying to do vacations. But let's take a trip down the old Broad Street bottom line. All right, guys, bottom line is bad pitching performance. I mean, 2 bottom lines. A major bottom line is bad pitching performance. I mean, the runners in scoring position was abysmal as well. Again, you still scored 6 runs. I would say any half decent performance from Luzardo would 6 runs would win you that. So I mean, between him and Ross combination, like I said, all the scoring came from the 2 of them. They used 5 other pitchers, or 4 other pitchers, and they didn't let up any other runs. Like I said, they're all done by the 6th inning scoring. So it's a big thing. Steve's signing in. What's up, Steve? Not a good day. No. Steve Garrison, not a good day at all. I mean, listen, it's 4th of July. Enjoy it with your family. For our standpoint, not a good day. Not a good day for Phillies baseball now. Bum strikes out, bases loaded. Yeah, that's the problem. I mean, that's another problem. They had every opportunity to win, and I know that's everybody's complaint. I mean, the one thing I take away from this team is, it hasn't been all or nothing from the long ball. They've been playing plenty of small ball for the most part, outside the Nick Castellanos run. I mean, they've been spreading it out. I'm not going to say they're not using the long ball, but they haven't been relying on it as much. But Bum striking out, bases loaded. There's a couple times this team, like I said, 3 for 13. Right there. I mean, you could probably say a couple of them, scoring position moments, 2 outs, didn't play favorable for whatever you want to say, but still, they could have capitalized on one or two or more of those ones very easily. They had the bases loaded twice, only scored 1 run on it. Yep, that's like I said twice earlier today. Yep, twice you had it jacked up, you had the bases juiced up, and you couldn't squeeze more than a drop out of it. That's in your words, Steven, terrible. And I agree with you. Thank you for joining. If you haven't subscribed, please do. We do post-game shows all the time, and we love to talk to everybody. So thank you for joining in. Bohm can go to Arizona for Suarez. Yes. I mean, listen. Bohm has been one of our better hitters lately. I mean, if you isolate in this one game, yeah, you're gonna be annoyed. But if depending on the trade, I'm here. I'm all ears. I'm all ears on most trades, Steve. To be honest with you, I'm all ears on most trades. There's nearly nobody untouchable. Zach Wheeler, Bryce Harper, Kyle Schwarber, nearly, and this has been a problem, Steve. It's not just having the power behind Bryce Harper; it's the power consistency behind Bryce Harper. I don't like Kyle Schwarber in this 2 spot. I really don't. I mean, we had him in the cleanup and he was cleaning up. I really wish they could do it, but they don't have anybody really for the 2 spot, I guess. And Bryson Stott wasn't getting a start today. And let's be honest, Bryson Stott hasn't been really that good except for a small fraction of the season and a nice little run. But other than that, they need consistency somewhere. I don't know if they need as much power, but consistent, because I think Kyle Schwarber can be the power. It's just putting another guy who can put the ball in play like Trey Turner does and keep the bases moving. That would be, that's it. Buxton is the bat or Adios Aldos Garcia. I think he said Adios. Please get them 2 bullpen arms. Yeah, I mean, that's like, the question is somebody asking, like, I know it's like you don't have to answer like this way, but it's like, do you prefer bullpen arms or do you take a power bat? I'm like, well, why do we not only have to settle for one? They have the stock to do it. And I wouldn't be surprised. Like, people are asking about Ranger Suarez, but after today's after Jesus Luzardo's like inconsistency now and the unknowing of Nola, I get it. If you want to contend, though, I'm talking about contending. Like, you could get a nice haul for Ranger Suarez because this is his last year of the contract, and I don't know if they'll be able to or would could fit him into the budget or want to, knowing his injury, his lack of availability at times. But they could clean up. But I don't know. If I was Middleton, I'm going down telling Dombrowski to do whatever it takes to bring back the trophy. Well, there was some sort of 4th of July ceremony in the city of Philadelphia, the mayor and him, and he said, I need to get a certain trophy back. Like, I don't know why he thought he couldn't say the name, but I mean, yeah. Once Nola comes back, Luzardo to the bullpen, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think so. I doubt that. I don't think Luzardo's a bullpen guy. I think Ranger Suarez would be moved to the bullpen way, 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 way before that happens. Let's you know what, guys? Let's do this. Let's check around the league right now, and see what's going on, because I don't know how many games are. Not many games have probably ended right now, but ours. But we'll take a walk real quick, and I'll hit some more of these comments. Steve's powering through them. Gotta love it, Steve. Thank you for being with me today. All right, guys, so let's take a look at Independence Day baseball. Red Sox trampled the Nationals 11-2 today. Of course, the Reds beat us 9-6, as I mentioned. End of the 8th right now. Cubs are just piling on the Cardinals 11-1. A lot of big scores today. Right now, the Mets are down 5-3 to the Yankees. Hopefully that stays that way. That'll be beneficial for us, because I think we're 1 game now above them with today's loss. Middle of the second, Mariners are up 2-0 on the Pirates. Rays and Twins are knotted up at 0 at bottom of the second. And later today at 6:40, Rangers head to San Diego to take on the Padres at 7:07. I love those time frame. 7:07 start. Angels take on the Blue Jays in Toronto. At 7:10, Tigers have take on the Guardians in Cleveland. Okay, I'm not used to saying Guardians. They're the Indians. I'm sorry. Brewers take on the Marlins in Miami at 7:10 today. Orioles take on the Braves at 7:15. White Sox take on the Rockies in Colorado at 8:10. Houston and Dodgers. That'll be a good game tonight if you want a little late night baseball. 9:10 p.m. in LA. And Royals Diamondbacks in Arizona at 9:40. And then the Giants are the latest game against the Athletics at 10:05. So that is, like I said, not many games have been played or are playing right now, but plenty of baseball for you baseball nuts to go on. Now I don't know what you're saying now too, but hold on. Power lefty coming in late. Would you rather go get Felix Bautista or two quality arms to fill the bullpen? I would say two quality arms to fill the bullpen. I mean, that really is. We have guys who can, if they're playing their game that we know they can fill in for some of the mess there. Also, I would DFA Kepler, call up Crawford. Yeah, the whole Crawford thing, I'm still surprised. It better be after the All-Star break, Steve, to be honest with you. If I don't see him after the All-Star break, I'm going to be a little upset. To be honest with you, trade for Buxton or Garcia. I'm doing exactly what Harper is doing here in this picture. Bad, though. After this game. Yeah, no, I mean, listen, this is a flush it hopefully kind of game. Like I said, they still scored 6 runs in a normal Jesus Lazaro start, or at least a half decent one would have been good. I mean, if Ross could have came in and played a little better too, he's another guy I would like to not see pitch anymore. But the Phillies do have a 4:05 game tomorrow, so a little later. And like I said, Pat Bernard is on the call. It's going to be tough tomorrow against Ladola. Oh, yeah. Listen, you got to be able to clean these things off. You can't look at each matchup and go, "Oh, this guy always is better against us or not." Like, you got to just take each game for what it's worth, and you have to win 2 games in a row to take a series, and you don't want to drop another series. So I agree with you. Could be tough sledding, bro. But other than that, guys, quick show today. 25 minutes. A loss, 4th of July. Steven, Ryan, thank you for joining in with me. I will be back if you want to talk with me and talk about more Phillies, as well as Eagles, Sixers, and Flyers, and whatever else brings us up on the crazy Sunday mornings known as PM and AM at 9 a.m. I will be there with your boys, Mike and Pat. It's always interesting on Sundays. Don't forget, It's a Wrap. I believe he's doing an It's a Wrap tonight. It's on the schedule. So It's a Wrap Sports tonight with Pat Bernard. If you missed it last night, go check out the replay talking Union. Union are one of the best teams in the MLS and, probably poised to win a championship. So if you're not into soccer, maybe you want to get a chance to get into it. You want a chance to look into it, check out with Pat and Steve. They'll get you on there. And don't forget, the man, the myth, the legend known as Matty B. Final word with Matty B Sunday through Thursday at 10 p.m. Breaking it all down in super positive spin, I'm sure. And don't forget, Pat tomorrow, Matty B on Sunday, and everyone Sundays brings you down on the farm, of course. So let's see one last thing. I was going to send you a message on Twitter. I got a Philly sports brand I want to spread around the Philly sports podcast and fans. Well, I'm on Twitter. I am on Twitter. Feel free to tweet at me or message me directly. So here, just in case you didn't see it, at Big Al Sports with a Z on X. Shoot over when you want to ever shoot over, Steve. It's a pleasure talking to you guys. Guys, thank you for joining me. Be careful. Don't blow any fingers off. And enjoy your family, friends, whatever you do on this holiday. And I will see you next time.